Φίλες και φίλοι, καλώς ήρθατε σε ένα ακόμα Greek Stories εδώ στο Hellenic TV, όπως κάθε Δευτέρα 8 με 8.30. Σήμερα μαζί μας έχουμε τον Kyri Andreou, ο οποίος είναι Associate Partner, BizNav. Καλησπέρα. Hello, Kyri.
Καλησπέρα, Αυγουστίνο.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Λέγαμε ότι μιλάς ελληνικά, καταλαβαίνεις ελληνικά, but you prefer all the business matters to be in English, right?
Ναι, θα προτιμούσα να μιλούμε στα αγγλικά τα business talks μας, αλλά σίγουρα μπορώ να εκφραστώ στα ελληνικά και ενθουσιασμένος είμαι να μιλήσω και στα ελληνικά.
Βέβαια, μια χαρά. Εγώ αυτό σου έλεγα πριν να αρχίσουμε την εκπομπή, ότι τα ελληνικά σου είναι πάρα πολύ καλά. Έχω ακούσει. Λοιπόν, πες να ξεκινήσουμε.
Ναι.
Where is your Greek heritage coming from?
Okay, so οι γονείς μου είναι από την Κύπρο. Γεννηθήκαν και οι δυο τους το 1950 και ο πατέρας μου είναι από χωριό που είναι δυστυχώς τα κατεχόμενα. Δηλαδή είναι από τους Τούρκους και η μητέρα μου είναι από χωριό κοντά στη Λευκοσία. Οι δυο τους ήρθαν στην Αγγλία το 1969 separately και γνωριστήκαν εδώ στην Αγγλία το 1972 και εγώ γεννήθηκα το 1978. Και ο σκοπός των γονιών μου ήταν να πάσει πίσω στην Κύπρο όταν γεννήθηκε ο αδερφός μου, ο Ανδρέας, το 1980, αλλά δυστυχώς ο αδερφός μου γεννήθηκε κουφός, τεφ. Και είπα στην γιατρή πως σίγουρα η γιατρή στην Κύπρο δεν θα είναι στο ίδιο επίπεδο όπως είναι στην Αγγλία και συμβουλέψαν τους γονείς μου να μείνουν στην Αγγλία. Και έτσι συνεχίσαν οι γονείς μου τη ζωή τους εδώ και ο πατέρας μου σπούδασε λογιστής.
Οπότε έτσι ξεκίνησε όλο το λογιστικό κομμάτι.
Αλλά μπορώ να πω πως οι γονείς μου και οι δυο τους είχαν μεγάλη περηφάνεια που ήταν από ελληνικό αίμα και αυτό συνέχισε με μένα και σίγουρα άσχετο που δεν είμαστε στην Κύπρο ήθελα να μάθω και εγώ τα ελληνικά μου και να πηγαίνω και στο ελληνικό σχολείο. Και έτσι πήγαινα η night school ή τα Σάββατα μου ελληνικό σχολείο up to GCSE level. So έκανα ελληνικά ως ένα σημείο. Είμαι ενθουσιασμένος να πω πως πέρασα με αλφα τα ελληνικά μου, η modern Greek, αλλά έλεγχο δεν έκανα τελικά γιατί είχα pressures με τα αγγλικά τις σπουδές μου, αλλά μπορώ να πω πως πάντα για μένα ήταν σημαντικό να έχω connections με την Ελλάδα και την Κύπρο και από μικρός έχω πάει στην Κύπρο και στην Ελλάδα και στα ελληνικά νησιά και είναι για αυτόν τον λόγο που έχω μάθει τα ελληνικά νομίζω και έχω αρκετά connections με την Ελλάδα και τον ελληνισμό. Μεγάλο ενθουσιασμό για μουσική την ελληνική. Έχω πάει σε αρκετές συναυλίες για πολλά χρόνια τώρα και όπου πάω, ναι, είμαι Βρετανός από γέννηση, αλλά πάντα λέω πως είμαι Ελληνοκύπριος. Και ναι, γι' αυτό σίγουρα ναι, νιώθω μεγάλη περηφάνεια και I'm very proud to be Greek.
Κύριε, μου έλεγες ότι ο πατέρας ήταν λογιστής.
Ναι, μάλιστα.
Όλο αυτό σε βοήθησε στο να γίνεις λογιστής και σου άρεσε ή σε πίεσε λίγο?
Και από τα δύο. Ναι, η ιδέα ήταν πως ο πατέρας μου σπούδασε λογιστή στο Λονδίνο και η ιδέα ήταν πως με τη μικρή εταιρεία που είχε established εδώ στο Bromley, την ενορία που μένω, στο Kent, μια ημέρα θα πάρω εγώ την καρέκλα, τη μεγάλη να πούμε, και να κοιτάζω εγώ την εταιρεία, αλλά δυστυχώς ο πατέρας μου αρρώστησε με καρκίνο το 1992 και μετά από 3 χρόνια έχει πεθαίνει.
Οπότε όλο το βάρος έπεσε σε σένα.
Ναι, μάλιστα. Και το τι έγινε, η μητέρα μου ήταν secretary και PA του πατέρα μου, με την βοήθεια μου φίλου μας Κυπρέου, Ελληνοκύπριου, πουλήσαμε τους πελάτες στην εταιρεία και η μητέρα μου εργάζεται μαζί του, αλλά για μένα η ιδέα να γίνω λογιστής είστε λίγο ταραγμένη και γι' αυτό το λόγο όταν πήγα σε πανεπιστήμιο στο City University που υπήρχε αρκετούς
Υπήρχαν πολλοί, ναι.
Πολλά Ελληνόπουλα. είχα κάνει economics degree εκεί. Και μετά, όταν τέλειωσα μετά από 3 χρόνια, I realized was the accounting profession is a very strong profession. And even though I had the pain of my father passing away, I wanted to get into accountancy. That's where my accounting journey commenced. So I had the background of working with my dad in his office during the summer holidays, assisting him. And I think because of that experience, it gave me the inclination to study accountancy. And that's what I did. So I qualified as an ACCA accountant το 2001. Έτσι έχω τώρα περίπου
πολλά χρόνια.
παραπάνω από 20 χρόνια εμπειρία as a qualified accountant. Και δεν έχω καθόλου regrets πως έγινα λογιστής, γιατί πάντα έχω ενδιαφέρον towards business. And my background is that of helping small firms or small companies, individuals, rather than big conglomerate companies or PLCs, because I like to work with individuals who need a helping hand, whether it's family companies, family small trader businesses, and I feel that's my main strength. And that's why when I set up my own...
Πόσους βοηθάς όλους αυτούς τους individuals, τα small businesses, πώς τα βοηθάς με τα accounting needs that they have?
Κοίταξε, τους εξηγώ πρώτα απ' όλα the crucial compliance needs they must meet by UK law in regards to the various taxes that they have to be aware of, whether it's income tax, whether it's VAT, corporation tax, inheritance tax, and I always ensure that I understand first and foremost the needs of the client, what they're aiming for, and with that, as I say, I'll give them the basics, the knowledge of what they need to comply by every year, and we ensure they know all the deadlines that are applicable, so that nothing is missed, and therefore fines don't ensue. But I like to think that throughout my years as an accountant, the reason I've been able to grow my practice, which I then merged with BizNav, where I work now, is because I have always given a personalized service. And clients...
This is very important.
Very important, yeah. Because you need to be able to speak to your clients at a good level. Yes, you want to explain things to them in business talk and in a professional manner, but also you need to be able to explain matters in layman's terms as well, so they feel understand the situation. Because too many times I meet new clients who say to me, I've been with my accountant for 2 or 3 years, and even now I don't quite know what my needs are, what I need to be doing year in, year out, and I don't have much engagement with my accountant. The way I like to operate, the way we like to operate as BizNav is that we work closely with our clients. We're very attentive, and we're here as your second in command to help you along.
So they can pick up the phone and give you a call and tell them.
Absolutely. Any given time, give us a call, send us an email, arrange a meeting, whether it's via Zoom or in person. We're here to be on hand for any given needs, and we value the relations we've built up over the years.
So you are in North London, right?
We're based in South London. Actually, we're based in Bromley, Kent. So from Central London, it's a 45-minute journey. So we're not too far away from Central London, but we do have an office in Victoria, whereby if any prospective clients want to meet us, we can meet in Victoria as well. But the main office is in Bromley, and that's where I'm based, along with my office here in Bickley, which is my original office when I first set up my practice. We serve clients all around the London area, around Kent. Έχουμε πελάτες στην Κύπρο, έχουμε πελάτες και στην Ευρώπη. Στο Πακιστάν έχουμε μεγάλη πελατεία. Μερικούς πελάτες στην Ελλάδα, όχι πολλούς, αλλά έχουμε αρκετούς στην Ελλάδα. Και σίγουρα any Cypriot or Greek clients we have, I'm the one who deals with them because of the fact that I can communicate in Greek as well as English. And obviously I have that connection I spoke about before, or I have a mutual latria for both countries. Yeah.
So you start with a lot of small businesses. These small businesses now they become bigger and bigger. you need to do the VAT for them, right? So what is the process? Τι ακολουθείς για να κάνετε το VAT? Γιατί είναι κάτι που όσο μεγαλώνουν οι ελληνικές και οι κυπριακές επιχειρήσεις, βλέπω πολύ κόσμο που με ρωτάει πώς είναι δυνατόν να γίνει εύκολο.
Ναι, σίγουρα. Κοιτάξτε, the way things have gone in recent years with the automation of bookkeeping, I don't know if you're familiar with Xero or QuickBooks, but there's been a big drive to encourage business owners now or their teams to maintain their books in the cloud. By doing so, by having everything electronic online, it implies that we as the accountants, at any given time, we can access their books and review the position and give them added value guidance rather than waiting to the end of the year, by which time a given business, as you say, Augustino, could have exceeded the actual threshold for VAT. So in the UK, the threshold for VAT is £90,000 in a given 12-month period. And if you exceed £90,000 and you don't inform the revenue to become VAT registered within 1 month, that's when you can be looking at fines and reprimands. So that's why we maintain a close relationship with our clients, and we have login access to their books in the cloud online, so that we can monitor their turnover. Because naturally, any business owner, unless they're very attentive to their books, because they're busy trying to grow their business and have other needs, they're not going to be able to, or not going to be thinking about whether their sales have exceeded a certain level. But with any given client, I always say to them to be aware that you can VAT register voluntarily as well, because it may suit them. You'd have to.
But what is the benefit? What is the benefit if you do that voluntarily?
If you register a VAT before it reaches £90,000, you have the benefit of being able to claim back your input VAT. But this only makes sense if your clients are VAT registered. Because if they're VAT registered, you're not costing them more money. You're adding 20% to your bills, but they can recover the VAT. So therefore, if you're a tradesman, let's say you're, I don't know, you're a general builder or a decorator. If your clients are mainly individuals or families, then it doesn't suit to VAT register early, because obviously you'll be made more. You won't be as competitive if you register early for VAT. So that's why we say hold off until you actually reach the threshold, in which case you're obliged to be VAT registered.
And you said earlier that the small businesses, they are very, very busy trying to grow their business, bring more profit, revenue. So what they need to do on their everyday business life to make their life better, and at the same time, don't deal with the VAT, so you can do it as the specialist, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, look, I always say to any given client, you tell me how hands-on or how involved you want to be. If you want to grow your business, we can guide you to how to grow your business to generate more sales and be more profitable, keep your costs down, and then you go away and win the new business and concentrate on that side, and leave us to deal with the bookkeeping. And one thing that I want any prospective clients to be aware of is that we give you the option to have your books looked after by us on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, or annual basis. It depends what the preferences are. Obviously, the fee base we have changes in line with your needs and what service you need. But one thing I always want to stress to any prospective client is that your accounting fees that you pay, they should be with a view to you seeing that you're making an investment in your business. Yes, it's a cost. Yes, it's an expense. But ultimately, you're investing your hard-earned money as a business owner in a service which is critical to your business's well-being, and therefore not to be overly put off by the fees you pay. Now, we're not the most expensive firm of accountants. We're not the cheapest. We're middle of the road. But I believe that any business owner who deals with us, any individual who deals with us, will see value for money. And the way I always put it to any given client is, yes, there's cheaper accountants out there, but what would you rather? An accountant will charge you £500 less a year, but will save you only £100 of tax, or an accountant that costs you £500 more a year, but who saves you £2,000 of tax. When you see the differentiation there, you then realize that
a no-brainer.
Absolutely, yeah. But listen, I understand times are very difficult for people at the moment, and the economy is going through a very difficult, uncertain period, and people are looking for a good deal. we offer good deals. I can assure you of that. But it won't be a cheap deal because we don't believe in a cheap service. We believe in offering a good quality professional service where, come the end of the year, those clients will realise they've been looked after well, and they've seen the benefit of our expertise.
And sometimes, you know, the cheap deals are the ones that are the most expensive ones as well.
Yeah. No. You know what? My late father used to say this: the cheap things are the expensive things, and the expensive things are the cheap things.
Ακριβώς.
Yeah. Καλά το είπε.
Λίγο για το process. Είπες ότι κάνεις ένα consultation με τον πελάτη. Ποιο είναι το process when you want to bring someone on board?
Okay, so with any interested prospective client, I like to book with them a half an hour or 1 hour consultation meeting. It's a prepaid meeting, and the reason it's prepaid is because in this 1 hour or half an hour meeting, but I always say 1 hour is more appropriate because it gives me the opportunity to delve deep into someone's affairs. You'll get very good value for that because I'll give you bespoke advice. So I'll absorb what you tell me about your situation, your background, what your needs are, what you're aiming for. And then with that, I'll give you business advice, tax advice in that first meeting. A lot of accountants say in the first meeting, they won't give advice. They just want to absorb information. But the way I see it is that if we're charging a fee, and the fee, just to be aware, is £120 plus VAT for the 1 hour, or £60 plus VAT for the half an hour. But in that 1 hour where you're getting, let's say, that full value, it's only right that I give you my full expertise. And I always say to any client, ask me any question you want. Invariably, I like to think I can answer that question. If I can't answer the question, I'll go to one of our specialists. So we have a tax consultant in our team who's very, very good. We have others who are very strong on bookkeeping, others who are very strong on VAT matters. So the benefit of being involved with BizNav is the fact that we're a big team and we can cater for a lot of different businesses who have different questions and different aspirations. And that's why I merged my practice as well, because I had a practice for a number of years. It was myself and 4 or 5 individuals as part of my team. But I wanted to expand, and the quickest way to expand, as it were, and have more resources for my clients is by merging. And that's what I've done, and that's why I believe with BizNav, we can assist any given individual, no matter how small or how big.
And what are the typical type of questions that you get?
Should I convert my sole trader business or my partnership into a limited company?
Yeah.
What are the tax benefits and pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages? Is it best that I pay myself by salary, by dividends? Should I pay myself a pension? Should I buy myself a car as a lease car, as an outright purchase?
Πολλές ερωτήσεις.
Πολλές ερωτήσεις, ναι. And the thing is as well, the tax law is changing all the time. So we have to be on top of the tax laws in the UK. But that's part and parcel of the job we have. And that's why I want to emphasize as well that as much as there's many individuals out there in the world now in general who can go on social media, go on AI, go online and look up information. Yes, there's a multitude of information to access, and it's good information in the main. You can't beat having a personalized service with an accountant who will give you that guidance that you need, but on a personal level. Again, I've met many clients in the past who've relied upon doing things online themselves, whether it's their tax returns, whether it's dealing with their VATs and so on. And they make a mess of it because they're trying to save costs, or they believe it's straightforward. And I'm not saying what we do is overly complicated. It's not astrophysics or anything of high nature, but still, you can't beat experience. And that's where I believe we can assist.
Και Κύριε, πες μου λίγο πού βλέπεις το μέλλον της λογιστικής με αυτό που είπες μόλις τώρα, AI, social media, Instagram, everyone is an accountant, everyone has that, investment advice to give, and it's just crazy το τι γίνεται εκεί έξω, ότι όλοι θα σε βοηθήσουν να βγάλεις χρήματα, να κάνεις save χρήματα.
It's become very, very complex now, because όπως λες, Αυγουστίνο, όπου και αν πάεις τώρα, whether it's online, whether it's out and around. You see advertising, do your own bookkeeping using Xero and so on. It's straightforward. Do your own tax return. Yeah, I think it gives the illusion to individuals anywhere now that it's straightforward to deal with your own affairs. And to an extent it is, and if you're quite bright, you can get things done. Σίγουρα το AI νομίζω θα είναι a game changer for the accounting profession, διότι αυτές τις ερωτήσεις που μιλήσαμε πριν λίγα λεπτά μπορείς να τα χτυπήσεις on AI και θα σου δώσει σε δευτερόλεπτα απαντήσει γραπτός ό,τι θέλεις. But it's about being able to absorb that information and utilize it to your benefit in a short way, in a quick way. So a 10-minute conversation with me can save you 1 hour time reading a whole manual of information. So yeah, so without a shadow of a doubt, το AI βοηθά, είναι πολύ δυνατό και πολύ a very thorough system that can be used, but I wouldn't advise it gets used too often because it can confuse people. But σίγουρα γενικά τα λογιστικά, the profession is facing a lot of challenges, and one of the biggest things we're finding is not a burden for us, but is making things difficult for us, is the political background that is around us, the economic uncertainty, the fact that you've got Donald Trump now, who's looking to impose tariffs on the EU and the UK across the board, and it's making things a lot more difficult for businesses. And the thing is, businesses look for us for guidance. So what we give advice in one week, by next week could change.
In the second week.
Yeah. So it's very hard to keep up with things at times, and this is where we have to be on our toes and be fully up to date. So I think in an ever-changing world, that's where there is an extra pressure for us as accountants. It makes it very interesting, though. Yeah. For me, there's no day that's the same. Never can I say I've come in with an agenda of things like you know, and to say, right, I've ticked off my list everything I wanted to get done, because all sorts of things pop up, you know. So, but like, for me, yeah, like I said, it's something that I enjoy doing, and I enjoy helping people, and that's where I hope that anyone who's interested in looking for advice and guidance, I can be that shining light for them.
Kyri, ποιο είναι το email σου και πού μπορούμε να σε βρούμε?
Το email μου είναι Kyri, Kyri, at BizNav, BizNavca.co.uk. Και ναι, η εταιρεία μας, όπως είπα, είναι στο Bromley. Το νούμερο μας, αν το θέλεις να το πω εδώ, αν το θέλεις, είναι 0330 223 1745. But yeah, for the initial approach, I welcome an email or the approach via Greek city or Greek list, which implies that I know that you've come from your very good organization that you must be very proud of. And then from there, yeah, happy to have a phone call or book a meeting. Yeah.
Κύριε, σε ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ. Νομίζω μάθαμε πολλά πράγματα έτσι, για λογιστική, για VAT, returns, πώς ξεκίνησες. Και είμαστε εδώ, όσο μεγαλώνεις και εσύ και το Hellenic TV και το Greek List και όλοι, να βλέπουμε έτσι την πορεία μας.
Ναι, σίγουρα. Χάρηκα πάρα πολύ που με κάλεσες να έρθω εδώ σήμερα και ελπίζω να μπορούμε να συνεχίζουμε το δρόμο μας μαζί για μεγάλες ευτυχίες και ναι, σε ευχαριστώ πάλι που με κάλεσες.
Ευχαριστούμε.
Εντάξει, να είσαι καλά.
Φίλες και φίλοι, ακόμα ένα Greek Stories έφτασε εδώ στο τέλος του. Τα λέμε την επόμενη εβδομάδα, ίδια ώρα, ίδιο κανάλι. Καλή νύχτα.